Bell Law Kitchen.
Hello everyone, happy weekend. Today I am craving for meat pie, homemade meat pie. You know how it sounds. So I decided to make some for myself and my family. So I asked my daughter to wash and scrape some carrots, Irish potato to prepare our yummy, crispy, homemade meat pie. After washing, scraping the carrots and the Irish, I diced the Irish potatoes and the carrots in the chunks sizes. I also chopped a medium size onion. Behind the camera, I have blended my meats. I use my red meat, cow meat. Feel free to use any meat of your choice. You can use chicken for your chicken pie. In fact, you can use boneless meat, but I use red meat. In a small cup, I added a tablespoon of flour and little water to make a paste. Then I put that to aside. I decided to first make the filling so that my filling, as in the meat pie filling, will cool down very well before I started using it to make my meat pie. So on my gas top, I preheated my saucepan. I allow it to dry and add the vegetable oil, small quantity of vegetable oil. In a few seconds, my vegetable oil is hot, and I added my onions, as in the diced onions, to induce the onions flavor in the vegetable. Then I added all my seasonings, the curry powder, the seasoning cubes, and every other flavors I want to add to my filling. I added everything in the vegetable oil after onions have induced its own flavor in the oil. Can you perceive the aroma? So sweet. And guess what? You can use the aroma alone to eat your swallow. Abio over services. So immediately after I mix all the seasoning and the onions, I added my blended meats in the oil and fry it for some minutes. Please, if you haven't cooked your meat before blending it, once you pour it in the vegetable oil, make sure it is well cooked before adding anything to it. I have boiled my meat before blending it. That is why it takes no time before it gets done. So I added my Irish potato, as in the diced Irish potato, and I added my stock water, as in the water that I used to boil my meats. The stock water, it contains curry and other seasonings that I used to garnish my meats. And I covered the saucepan to allow the Irish potato to cook very well, like to make sure it is very tender, very soft, matchable, before I add any other thing. After some minutes, my potato is well done, and I added my carrots, stir everything together and allow it to cook for some minutes before adding my Cameroon pepper. Because I want my meat pie to be a little bit spicy, so I added just a tablespoon of Cameroon pepper, that is black pepper. I don't know what you're calling it in your place, but you can ask from those vendors that are selling Igbo soup ingredients that you need black pepper or Cameroon pepper. It is just 100 naira or 200 naira for a sachet. So I added the spicy to make it a little spicy taste. And now that everywhere is full of my meat pie filling aroma, wow! So I added the flour paste I made earlier on. This process is to allow my ingredients to come together so that when I'm putting it in the dough, it will not scatter. It will combine. It will merge together. So it is important you use the flour paste. You pour the flour paste in the filling so that it will gum everything. When you are putting it in the on your dough, it will not scatter. It will be easy to be used. So I reduce my heat to the lowest and allow my mixture to cook for a few seconds before I off the heat and take it off from the heat. Now that our filling is ready, I put it aside, and now I want to make my dough, my meat pie dough. So in our mixing bowl, I saved 4 cups of flour, a tablespoon of baking powder, a pinch of salt, and 4 tablespoons of sugar, grated sugar. Then I use my clean hand to incorporate everything together. And I cut in my margarine little by little so that it will be easy for me to rub the margarine and the flour together. So I make sure I cut the margarine small, and I rub the margarine and the flour together until it's become look like a breadcrumbs. After that, I break in 2 large room temperature eggs in the flour mixture and a very chilled cup of milk to make a beautiful smooth meat pie dough. Note this, I didn't add the chilled milk at once. I added the milk gradually in order to avoid my dough to run out. Once it's smooth but firm dough. So on my surface, as on the work table, I sprinkle a little flour and knead the dough on it till I derive a smooth one. I divided the dough into 3 parts and knead each dough gently and use a cling to cover them, and then I place them in my fridge for about 20 to 30 minutes. So after 20 minutes, my dough is out of the fridge, and I cut each dough into 5 or 6 pieces and roll each of the dough out and place it on a dough cutter. Added the filling and use the dough cutter to cut out the meat pie shape. Can you see how beautiful our meat pie is looking. Oh, before I added the filling, I first egg washed the dough. And if you don't have dough cutter, you can use any round shape to cut out your dough, just to form the meat pie shape, like I am doing in this video. I am using a cover of my granulas container to cut out the dough, just to show you how you can get the meat pie shape without using your dough cutter.